Imagine spending billions to build the ultimate luxury car, only for almost nobody to buy it. That is exactly what happened to the Maybach 57 and 62. Today people talk about Rolls-Royce, people talk about Bentley. But Maybach? Most people don't even remember it existed, and honestly that's crazy, because the Maybach 62 wasn't just another luxury car, it was Mercedes declaring war on Rolls-Royce. And they lost. Spectacularly. Back in the early 2000s, Mercedes had a problem. They were already making amazing luxury cars, but they wanted something more exclusive, something that could compete with the richest people on Earth. So they revived an old name, Maybach, and they went all in. The result was the Maybach 57 and Maybach 62. The numbers weren't horsepower figures. They represented the length of the cars in decimeters. And trust me, these things were enormous. The Maybach 62 was over 6 meters long. Parking one of these wasn't driving. It was a real estate transaction. And everything about the car screamed excess. Rear reclining seats, massaging seats, champagne coolers, power curtains, a panoramic glass roof that could darken electronically. This thing had luxury features that many modern cars still don't have today. And remember, this was over 20 years ago. Meanwhile, most people were driving cars with CD players and plastic dashboards. The Maybach felt like it came from another planet. But here's the problem. Luxury buyers don't always buy the best product. They buy the story. And Rolls-Royce had the better story. When someone bought a Rolls-Royce Phantom, people noticed. When someone bought a Bentley, people noticed. When someone bought a Maybach, most people thought it was just a stretched Mercedes. And that was a disaster. Because if you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, the last thing you want to hear is, nice S-Class. The truth is that the Maybach was almost too connected to Mercedes. The technology was incredible. The engineering was incredible. But it never felt special enough, at least not to the people writing the checks. And that's why sales were disappointing. Mercedes expected Maybach to become a major luxury brand. Instead, it became one of the biggest commercial failures in modern automotive history. But here's where things get interesting. Because today the story is completely different. Used Maybach 57S and 62S are becoming collector cars. People are finally realizing how insane these vehicles actually were. You get hand-built luxury, a twin-turbo V12, ridiculous comfort, and a level of engineering that Mercedes would probably never approve today. Why? Because modern luxury cars are obsessed with screens. The old Maybach was obsessed with making you feel important. Those are not the same thing. And maybe that's why enthusiasts are starting to appreciate them more every year. In a weird way, the Maybach failed because it was too early. It offered unbelievable luxury before people fully understood what it was. Today it feels special. Back then it felt confusing. So was the Maybach 57 and 62 a bad car? Not even close. It was one of the greatest luxury cars ever built. The real problem was that nobody wanted a luxury car that looked like a Mercedes, especially when Rolls-Royce was sitting right next to it. And that's what makes the Maybach story so fascinating. Sometimes building an amazing car isn't enough. Sometimes people don't buy the best product. They buy the badge, they buy the image, they buy the story. And that's exactly why the Maybach lost. But looking back today, I think Mercedes was right, and the market was wrong. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more automotive stories, luxury cars, and brutally honest opinions. And let me know in the comments, would you rather own a Maybach 62 or a Rolls-Royce Phantom?